Looking for a come up. This is fucking awesome. I'm all about some cash. So we got $20 in my pocket.
Hey, so yeah, I know it's been probably at least a couple weeks since I've talked to you, and it feels like forever, and I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Don't ask. Anywho, I am supposed to be reading for a class, so I can write a journal for that class. Well, the only class I have, my capstone class. And I feel like everything I read, well, most of what I read, probably 90% of what I read for that class, talks about this thing is happening in this country because of us or because of other countries, and this is happening in this country and this is happening here, and it's pretty much making me feel like a terrible person for living in the United States and for living in this current age. The thing I'm currently reading, I'm not even at the end of the first chapter, and I have to read 1, 8, and 10, those chapters, before I write my journal, and then write the journal on those. Anyway, what I'm reading about it right now, it's really reminding me of this game that I have on my phone. I'll pull it up in a minute. That's about a disease. I mean, it's most of what I'm reading about isn't a disease, but it's kind of getting towards what it's reminding me of, the game. But you have, in the game, you have a disease, and you name the disease, and it's different kind of disease. Like there's parasite, virus, bacteria, brain, something or other. Let's see. What is this? Freon? No, I don't want to do that. Well, anyway, hold on. Pretty much, here, let's see if you can kind of see it. Is it gonna focus? Maybe not. You can see the country. It has it on the full screen, but I'm not really in the middle of the game right now. I haven't played for a while. But you have a disease, and you pick a country that the disease starts in. You pick symptoms and all that, and you want everyone to become infected. And when you see things pop up like this country has what is it called? This country has fallen, or this country has become, the government in such and such country has fallen and stuff, and you want that to happen so like everybody in the world dies. Yes, I feel like a terrible person when I play it, if you're wondering. I do. Because I'm killing off the world with a disease. Anyway, the thing I was just reading, it's talking about how different countries are running out of resources, like grain and other like foods that they're growing, and water because of the food, because of people drinking, and they're like over pumping our water supplies and over farming places, and then like places like China, I think, and like North Korea or South, I think, either North or South Korea, are like making agreements with these other countries that are pretty much like third world countries and have like no food and stuff because of these things. They're making agreements with these other countries to farm, like to have some of their land, like some of their food from their land, so that because they've used up all the land in their own countries. And it's gone on to talk about how because of this and all kinds of stuff that's happening in countries, some countries are already kind of shutting down. Some countries don't have real government anymore. They're like led by like these terrorist groups and led by like gangs and stuff, and have like other people like going into the country and like taking stuff because it's not a real doesn't have a real government, and soon will very likely not be anything of a country anymore besides the land of it. And this is the thing it showed me. Oh, sorry, that's loud. This is the thing it showed. Oh, I'm about out of battery. But these are like the top 20 failing states in the world. Like Somalia is number 1, with like a score of 120 is the maximum. It means society is failing totally by every measure. And so Somalia, if you can see, Somalia is at 114. and there's another 114, and number 20 on there is Timor Leste. I'm not really sure what that is, but then there's Bangladesh. Those are almost 100. I'm not really sure when they start counting it, but there's 20 on there. It said like in 2004. Oh, I'm sorry. In 2004 there was 7. In 2005 there were 9. By 2008 there were 14, and now in it has on here. Maybe that's the ones that were over 100 in 2008 were 14, and that's what they have on here. They have number 14 is 101 and number 15 is 99.8. But anyway, it's so crazy because it like reminds me of that the game that I have over here now. It reminds me of the game, and it's just so crazy with all the stuff that's happening, and I just want to like take the rulers of these countries, the ones that still have governments, and just like shake them and be like, use stuff in your own country. Yes, I know that water is low in some countries, and I know food is low in some countries, but you're gonna take from the people that are living in those countries. Go to your own country, find something that you can do or eat or drink or whatever instead. Maybe stop worrying about like these other things, like stop worrying about importing like pop and all that, and juice, and just have water. Well, maybe, I don't know if, like, can we just like stop all trade for a while? just stop all trade. I think that would be best, and just let each country kind of build themselves up with what they have. I'm okay with not having bananas. I'm pretty sure we don't grow bananas anywhere in the U.S. I could be wrong. I don't know. But we have fruits, we have vegetables, all that we grow here. I'm sure every country has something that they grow. And if they just keep it for themselves and make sure everyone, like all farmland that's able to be farmed is farmed, and use as little water as possible. I mean, use like the minimum that you need each day and all of that, I think that we'd be okay. Like, we don't really need that much water in the winter, and we don't need that much water, really don't really need like a whole lot of water as in the summer because it's hot. And yeah, I know that we need water anyway, but like, people use too much food and too much water, and I'm like, sorry. Anyway, people use too much food and too much water and borrow from other countries, so those countries don't have food and don't have water, and it's just ruining a lot of stuff. And as far as gas, they've been using I don't know what they said, grains, I think, for gas, and using of course oil for gas for cars. And they said that like if they actually paid the right amount, it'd be like $15, but we only paid like $3 and something, or $4 and something, depending on the rising and lowering of the gas prices. But I mean, I feel like eventually it's going to come down to, if it doesn't like crash and burn before then, I feel like eventually it's going to come to the point where we're going to have to like, if they don't think of another way for us to get our cars to work or get cars to work, we're going to have to go by bikes and go by walking, and scooters, like powered, gas powered scooters, like the foot powered scooters. I can't talk. And those kind of things, and just not travel as much because this is not okay. This class, this stuff that I'm reading, like everything I'm reading is turning me into a hippie, I swear. I mean, I'm not wearing clothes that a hippie would wear. I buy clothes and buy food. I'll be the first to tell you that I buy clothes and food, and I use gas and all that. That isn't really helping things. But I'd like to think that once I graduate, I'm going to be a lot more, and I graduate on May 5th, I'm going to be a lot more aware of what I buy and not buy quite as much stuff that uses up all this stuff, because it's crazy. We just need to like work within our own country. It's nice to be friends with the other countries, but if we're constantly borrowing, constantly making these agreements to have all this stuff from other countries, it's only going to run us down. I think we need to each country needs to keep to themselves for just a little while. Like the states can the United States, the states can kind of work together. And other countries that have like states within them, they can work together. But we need to work within our own countries to um, try to replenish the country, try to like work on lowering things, lowering our usage of things, and working on a better system of doing things. Because as this is telling me, and anyone else that reads it, so pretty much everyone else in my class and anyone else that happens to read it, it's called Plan B 4.0 if you want to read it, Plan B 4.0. And it's online, so you can look it up on Google. But yeah, that's what I would think. That we just stay within our countries for just like maybe 10, 20 years, and work on lowering consumption and usage of different things. That way we can kind of get back to not ruining the future for the next few generations. And so there will be next few generations at least. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen because there won't be anything left. Anyway, that's my rant. I need to continue reading this and then write my journal. And apparently my roommate, Georgia, has something planned for 10 o'clock, but I don't know what. Anyway, I will see you guys. I can't promise tomorrow, but at least next week. I promise I'll at least post sometime next week. Okay, I probably talked way too long, so I'll see you guys later. Good night. I mean, goodbye.